you want to talk about the MVP candidates in this league? Well, you got to talk about the quarterback here in New England because he has certainly been on that list. Matt Stafford, obviously, on that list as well. Jonathan Taylor with what he's been doing with the Colts. They were on a bye this week, but he's been on that list. As much as people want to say it's a quarterback award, you at least got to mention Jonathan Taylor's name when you talk about the most valuable player of this league. So here we go. Overreaction or not? Drake Maye has the MVP already won.
The fact that we get to have this conversation, and this is in the overreaction, is awesome for people in New England. You know, no one is questioning that he's a candidate. Obviously, there's still a lot of football left, but man, if he brings the Patriots to the AFC Championship game, I think that's a lock automatically.
We'll see. I don't think it's done at this point. I mean, I also think that these awards tend to factor in a little bit of history, even though that's not, the merit of the award itself. I think that sometimes that can happen. Matt Stafford has been in this league for a long time. He and his team managed to hand the Seahawks a loss yesterday. As we were chatting a little bit about during the break there, AB, Matt Stafford has not lost to the Seattle Seahawks as the quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams. So maybe his stats weren't gaudy like we've seen this season, leading up to that. But look, his name is still loud and clear in that conversation. But so is Drake Maye's. So we're going to have to see where this all goes before, votes are divvied up and awards are handed out at this point in the season. Let's talk about the running back room here. TreVeyon Henderson, you cannot overstate what he has done the past 2 games for this New England Patriots team. So he needs to remain the workhorse even when Ramondre is cleared from that toe injury to return. Overreaction or no?
Jade, if I was a defense and I saw TreVeyon Henderson back there, I'd be a little scared. I would be like, ooh, I don't know about this one. Like, that is where some fear would creep in. But you've seen what the Patriots have done with this running back room the entire season. They're going to use a committee. So I think they're not at all going to just use one guy. They're not going to bring in Ramondre and just use him or continue to only use TreVeyon. They're going to use both guys. But it is clear the power and explosiveness and the home run hitting ability that TreVeyon Henderson has brought. It's exactly what they thought he would be, and he's proven it and proven that he can be a productive starter for this team.
Yeah, and I think he'll continue to be a productive starter for this team. I think they'll also find ways, for Ramondre to contribute and contribute effectively. I think that it is an overreaction to say that he needs to remain the workhorse. I think it's terrific that we saw, him not only be able to run around the edge, but also, run through the tackles a little bit and have the patience to wait for it to open up and find those those holes. I thought it was significant, the pile push on the 7-yard touchdown. All these things are positive developments, but this is a running back room, and I expect that it's going to stay that way, like you said, in New England. All right, we talked a little bit about Josh Allen and his 6 touchdowns yesterday. Overreaction that Josh Allen will carry this Buffalo Bills team to the Super Bowl?
Jade, if it was just up to him, I'd do one of these. I'd be like, yep, Superman, 6 touchdowns, he's leading his team. But it's not. You need a solid defense, and a defense that gave up a lot to the Bucs, and just seeing that, especially as well, like you look at the AFC, what are you going to do with the player that you mentioned earlier, Jonathan Taylor? We were just talking about TreVeyon Henderson. How do you stop the run? And so this is a Bills team that is definitely looked different than how we thought they would be throughout the season. If it was just up to Josh Allen, yeah, my money would be on that. But I don't know if you can lean fully into this overreaction on this Monday.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for the Bills is the fact that you look around the AFC and look, I mean, you even want to take it all the way to the Super Bowl in the NFC. There are some teams that are playing terrific defense. You want to talk about the Denver Broncos and what they can do defensively. You want to talk about, the way New England has played some teams, including the Bills defensively. You want to go on the NFC side. You want to talk about what Seattle has done, what the Los Angeles Rams have done, what the Philadelphia Eagles have done. They put on a defensive clinic last night. I mean, Jared Goff's completion percentage, I think, was 38% on the night. He was getting passes batted down left and right in this game. So if it were just on Josh Allen, sure, I'm buying it. I mean, he can put a team on his back and take him to the Super Bowl. But the reality is there are some teams that are playing really, really terrific defense in this league. And at some point, that could become a problem for the Buffalo Bills, because that's not the way their defense has been playing. All right, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Overreaction or not, they get the win in Spain. They will find their way into the playoffs.
Jade, I kind of felt like I did one of these. A blink, maybe like a little bit long of a blink, and now they're winning games. They're like celebrating in laundry bins after, like, it is a whole totally different locker room vibe. But seriously, but like, props to the Dolphins for turning it around. Their chances are slim though, right? There's a lot of football left. No, I don't think that they are going to make it to the playoffs, but you know, Mike McDaniel probably saved his job with the wins that they do have. But yeah, totally different Dolphins team than I thought we were going to be seeing after the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing that we know is that Mike McDaniel has not lost this team. They have gone out there. They've continued to play hard. He certainly had some calls yesterday that made you go, but that withstanding, he has not lost this team. Playoff team, I think that's a stretch. I mean, look at the AFC West, how many teams that they have. You want to talk about a team that's trying to figure out how they're going to make the playoffs. Go talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. They're at 500, but I would put my money on them before I would put my money on the Miami Dolphins. Talking about one of those teams out there in the AFC West, how about the Chargers? They just got it handed to them in Jacksonville yesterday. They will miss the playoffs. Overreaction or not?
Jade, this is also one I was surprised by, because they had that big YouTube game in the beginning of the season. It was prime time. Like, this is the best team in the NFL. And now they're just being saved by the wins that they have stored up. They'll probably most likely make the playoffs because of those 7 wins, but tough loss to the Jags 35-6. And it's really all about how good are you going to be playing? How well are you going to be playing when those games matter in the later of the season? But Justin Herbert, you know, he is going to lead this team. They just need to protect him, and that's been the problem.
Yeah. He was running for his life yesterday in Jacksonville. And look, I mean, you lose the caliber linemen that they have lost this year, and it's a tough road. It is a very tough road. And Justin Herbert was living that out in real time yesterday in Jacksonville. All right, real quick, let's get this last one in. The Bears are the leaders in the NFC North this morning. They will win the division. Overreaction or not?
It's wild, Jade, but Ben Johnson clearly is the real deal. I'm going to shout out my guy, Ozzie Trapillo, on the O-line, BC grad. Let's do it, Bears. Why not?
I think right now, even Ben Johnson would say this could be an overreaction. They have a tough schedule still ahead. But I think the fact that they are leading the pack right now, and not just the Green Bay Packers, but the entire division, is hugely significant for where the Chicago Bears team stands, and what Ben Johnson is building there in the Windy City.